What's going on, guys? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, pack a lip. Sorry, I'm trying to freaking figure my camera out. Anyway, the title. You're probably wondering, well, is Conservative Video Dipper okay? Because I've not been on for a while, and um, just things don't seem a little bit normal, right? So I'm gonna talk to you guys. Everything is okay. I'm fine. First, pack a dip. If you got one, pack a lip. If you, again, do have one. So, there's been quite a bit of changes in my life. Sorry, I'm looking for my other can that I typically spit in. I'm not seeing it. Oh boy. Um, yeah, that is not good. Anyway, oh well, I'll figure it out later. But anyway, um, there has been some changes in my personal life. I'm not going to go into too much big of detail. I came back from West Virginia uh, a couple days ago. Well, just last night because I spent a couple days in West Virginia. Cheers with my brother. He's not really my brother per se, but he's a really good friend of mine, and he's like a brother. So I will call him my brother. Again, cheers. But well, I'm probably gonna have to get my mud jug. Yep. Well, hold on a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Had to clean this. But anyway, so I am doing okay though. Um, just a lot happening. Like I said, in my personal life. Um, getting over a divorce. I know some of you are gonna say, well, that's probably alleged that it may be fake, but no. I had a divorce from my now ex-wife, my past wife. Um, been kind of coping with that a little bit, trying to find myself and do things that I have to do personally in my life so that I feel better and kind of figure out what I need to do. The other thing is that um, the breakup has, or the divorce, I wouldn't call it a breakup, but the divorce was not one that I um, was ready for. Um, I wasn't really ready for a divorce, but at the same time, me and her both were ready for it. We wanted to move on. She wanted to move on, and she wanted me to be able to move on, and I think that was respectful. And I'm not gonna crap on my ex or anything like that, talk bad about her, but I wish her well in her long endeavors in life, and I hope everything goes smooth for you. But also at the same time, I do have a new girlfriend. So my new girlfriend is, you might see her once in a while on here. You might catch a glimpse on here in the comment section once in a while, talking or whatever. Be nice, say hi to her. Um, she Anna has honestly put me up where I need to be in life. A little bit more happier, content with life. She's helped me right now pretty much through the nasty stuff. And she's always been there for me. Um, my my new girl has just really a lot to offer. And, I think that me being happy was something that I really do want. And my new girl, Anna, really does make me happy. But at the same time, I'm sure that I aggravate her sometimes, and I'm sure, that's a given because that's part of a relationship. But I do love her, and she loves me. And I think that this is really great that I'm able to come out of a bad situation and be able to come into a positive situation to where I have a new girl. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it is perfectly fine to sometimes, if you've gone through a bad divorce or breakup, take time to yourself. But I did take a little bit of time for myself before I started dating Anna, my new girl. The one thing that I will say was that she was very patient with me. She understood a lot. Hey, sissy, I am very happy. And it took a little bit of time for me to reconcile myself with that divorce. I had to just try to come to the understanding that I couldn't salvage the marriage. I couldn't keep the marriage going. It was kind of not going to last very long. I figured it wasn't going to happen, that not last long, but that we could keep going like the way that me and my ex was. It just wasn't happening. I could tell she wasn't happy, and I'm sure she could tell I wasn't happy. And yes, I did try my best, which is all I could give it. But at the same time, having my new girl now, honestly, in my life, I'm much more happier. I'm much more pleased. I think that this will be a step up for me in life. And definitely for me, it will be um, hopefully a long term, longer than I had on the last one. Well, I'm sure I do. I feel a lot better. And I'm sure some of you are probably going to ask, well, conservative, what really did happen? And I'm not going to go through it. I'm not going to talk about it. It's all personal. It's between me and my ex wife. But I'm not going to gaslight her. I'm not going to call her out. She just needs to live her life peacefully. I believe that there's no need to gaslight people in this situation. That there's no need for me to talk about it because what had happened happened and it's over with between me and her. Now I have a new girl. Now I'm going to focus on her. I'm going to focus on me, focus on my family, and do better in life. And that's really kind of the main prerogative here is to do better. Now that I have a new girl, Anna, watching me, looking over me, and taking care of me, and I'm taking care of her, everybody's happy. Yeah, you are right, sis. You are right. So, having this new girl in my life definitely brought a lot of spark back in my life. Um, During my divorce, I really did not want to do a lot of YouTube. I kind of, you guys could see, I would come on once in a while and I would try to play nice and hold a straight face, but it was some of you guys and gals kind of knew that something was wrong with me. Now that I'm back, we're going to start again. We're going to do what we normally do. And that's that. That's just me. I've got a new girl in my life. Anna, and I'm happy with her. She's pushing me to do a lot of videos. She's encouraging me to continue to do what I love, which I will do. And I appreciate it for all it's worth that Anna can push me to do a lot more. And I need that encouragement. I need that push. I need that encouragement. And she gives it to me. So I'm happy. And I think that that's what it's really worth and what it's really should be about is that I'm happy. And I know she's in the chat right now talking. So if y'all want to say hi to her, go ahead and say hi to her. I'm sure she won't mind you saying hi to her. Be nice to her. Don't give her shit. But that's just it. I'm happier now. I found my answer to not being miserable anymore. Thank you, Sissy. And I think that not being miserable anymore definitely makes me feel better about myself and knowing that I can do a lot more. And I'm pushing myself more now because my girl, my new girl, is pushing me um, and helping me do a lot more. So that makes me feel like I'm not alone in this stepping stone. I can do it with you guys and gals watching, with my girl behind me, with my sissy here, with you guys, my family being here. I know I can do it. So I think this is a big step up. So we'll see where this relationship goes. Um, Hopefully, maybe in a few months, I might see what I can do. Um, have her maybe at one point come on and say hi to you guys. Uh, I might sporadically pop the question to her, maybe when I'm on the live stream. Who knows what will happen? We'll see. I want to work with her and let her kind of get comfortable dating a freelance journalist first and get to understand about me more. Exactly. And that's not what I'm planning. I'm planning on at some point doing things that I need to do to make sure she's okay and taken care of. And it's not just that, but you know, I do have to say that I do have, yes, understand now what I may have done wrong in my past relationship to know not to do that again. So to me, I feel like that is much more important too for me because I did make mistakes. I think I know we all make mistakes. We're humans. But I'm not going to make them this time. I learned, I understood, okay, I can do better in certain departments, like maybe listening a little bit more. Because sometimes I have a hard time understanding people because my mind is going 1,000 miles per hour. And it's not just because of who I am, but it's because my brain. I'm a journalist. So when I get information, it kind of either can be interpreted as I'm listening, but I'm thinking about something else. And I don't want to do that, especially to my new girl. I do not want to do that. That was kind of one of those mistakes where I wasn't really active in the relationship because I was doing more journalism. I was thinking about journalism a lot more. I know now not to do that, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I will do journalism, but my time does have to be separated for my new girl too. So there will probably be days where I will be on here, and then there'll be days where I'll be off because I'll be, hanging out with my girl and stuff. But I think I've learned a lot from my past mistakes easily, and I'm ready to make that step again. I'm ready to start the new journey wherever it may take me. I just need to be strong, and so does she. And my girl is very, very strong hearted. That's what one thing I love about her. Yes, we will, sis. We will probably do that here, probably in a couple of days. But going back to what I was saying, she's very strong, headstrong, and That's somebody that I like, because if she's headstrong and there's a day where I feel weak or I don't feel like I'm got the strength, she helps me. She encourages me a lot with how she just tells me, look, baby, I know right now you may not feel the way like you should, but remember, not only do I count on you, but your viewers count on you. And that is a big encouragement for me. That is one of the greatest encouragements I could ever have, because I need that. I need somebody that, understands. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber, content creator, freelance journalist, damn talent, damn fucking techie. I'm a man that wears many hats, basically. And for her to be very good at being patient with me, understanding that sometimes if I'm in journalistic mode, then that's just where my brain's at. And she knows how to be patient. She knows how to just work with me. And that's, ooh, fire. My cigar lighter, my cigar torch that I found. And it's good. It's good that she's got patience. It's good she pushes me. It's good that she does a lot of this with me and for me. And having those traits for her is really good. I help her a lot too. I push her sometimes to try to be better and think more positive, whatever the outcome may be. Whatever she's going through, I always try to give her that little push and reminder, hey, you're not alone. I love you. You got this. You're a champ. You know that whatever you're going through, we we can get through this. Bad time or a good time, whatever. And that's what I want. And I always do it. I always try to do my best to encourage her. We keep each other strong when, like I said before, when we both feel like we're being, the world is against us. And being that sometimes, yes, the world we may think is against us, we don't let that drag us down. But at the same time, we just gotta pucker up, because life isn't always gonna be peaches and cream and fair for everyone. And we know it. So we just gotta push each other, encourage each other, love each other, which she does. She loves me immensely. I cannot get over how much this woman loves me. It's absolutely remarkable that somebody like her, that is so beautiful and so smart and intelligent, would want to date a tier two journalist. Excuse me, freelance journalist, I should say. But she is. And she's happy with it. And yes, there are times where I get very stupid and silly. Like if she's a little bit upset, I try to do whatever I can, like a 5 second fake infomercial. Like, are you upset? Are you mad? Are you angry? Then take the happy pill. That's right, happy pill. And it always somewhat seems to sometimes snap her out of it. I don't know why, but it just happens because I know how to be funny, and I use humor sometimes to lighten the mood, and that's I guess what I'm really good at is lightening the mood. But I've learned throughout the years, don't always try to be funny, especially when the girl's pissed. Sometimes you got to be very careful with it. Sometimes you better off just listening than trying to use humor. So with Anna, I feel like it's kind of a situation where I just got to read the body language of what she's telling me, whether it's actual body language or whether it's her telling me, hey, I'm pissed, fuck off. Which she never tells me to fuck off, but she'll tell me, hey, I'm pissed. I'm not in the mood to joke. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I understand. And I've learned to be a little bit more compassionate and not just listen more, but being more compassionate towards understanding something that I have no control over, or it just something happens. I do too, sis. And it's always fun to, be able to have a girl that loves you just for who you are and doesn't care what you look like or who you really are, but she just loves you for you, what's inside. And having a girl like that right now makes me feel very special. And I blessed and special in many ways because having her absolutely 100% makes me feel like I am lucky. I'm one lucky son of a bitch to have a girl like I have right now. And I'm going to do anything and everything I can not to fuck this one up. And I'm going to do my best not to. Though I, again, understand there's going to be times where it will be, by trial and tribulation, but we will get through it. Just like any human being, we get through it by doing what we do best, not letting the hard times, the rough times get to us. I just, you got to learn. Yeah, always, I'm not like super, super great. I'm just human. I will make mistakes, but learning from them. And I'm starting to understand now more than ever how to learn from my mistakes, acknowledge if I fuck up, and try not to let it bug me 100%. Oh, I know you will, sis. I know you will. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at mentally. I feel like mentally I have grown a lot during my time of just learning from past relationships and also, you know, talking to my God, my deity, Father Odin, the father of wisdom, the father of poetry. Sometimes sitting down talking to Father Odin helps me where I can understand a little bit better what do I need to do. And she understands that I'm pagan. And she doesn't hate me for being pagan. She doesn't try to push Christianity down my throat. She just accepts me again for me being pagan. And it makes me feel good that I can be me, that I can be pagan and be a journalist and be just me and not have to hide who I really am. It makes me feel better about myself because a lot of times I shield myself because I have been hurt a lot in the past by people and people using me and just getting what they want from me and then leaving me, whether it's money or whether it's just friendship or whatever. And I'm tired of it. I got tired of it a long time ago. And I got to that point where I just wasn't going to let it happen no more. So now I've learned. So that's pretty much where I've learned. I've learned a lot. And it's okay sometimes to acknowledge that you make mistakes. And it's good to acknowledge that you have grown and learned to be different, to be yourself, to be comfortable around the people that you love and you trust. And I'm learning to do that a little bit more. As time goes on, I've learned a lot. And a lot of that comes from being very wise, having a lot of courage and a lot of strength. I am drinking Olipop Orange Squeeze right now. Like an orange soda. Basically, it's supposed to be healthier for you. I've learned a lot of these things. And I think a lot of these things, like learning how to be a little bit stronger mentally, emotionally, and yes, at some point physically, it's good. It's good that if you don't feel like the relationship that you once were in is good, then it's probably more than likely time you move on. You settle with what you can. And I always thought I was never going to find anyone. I always thought I was going to be single and just alone. But then my girl came along, my new girl came along, and she saved me from thinking that. She made me see that that isn't true. That was not true at all. And I'm very thankful. So I'm very, very thankful to have her in my life. And she knows that I love her. She knows that I care. And she knows that I accept her for who she is. And I'm not asking her to change. She's not asking me to change. That's just how it is. And I think that is important that you don't ever ask your partner to change. Because if you force somebody that you love to change, you're going to either force them in a position where they will either clam up and it will go wrong, or it might hurt the relationship more to where it turns out to being a very problematic situation that you don't want to get stuck in. Who are you talking about, sissy? A girl or somebody else? So yeah, so it's just about learning, and I've learned a lot. I've learned and done a lot of things. No, I can't. What is Bertha saying? I'm sorry. It's YouTube. It's not me. It's YouTube. YouTube has done that, apparently. But if she's got a question or a comment, can you write it down? Or just like you say it and then I'll try to answer? I'm sorry to this person. It's just YouTube's been very weird with me lately. So I do apologize. But yeah, it's a learning curve. I'm doing a lot of learning, studying and self improvement. I'm trying to hang around positive people more in my life. And that's one thing that I think is helping me a lot is hanging around people that are positive, that are giving me good energy, that are giving me things that I need in my life, that is willing to be there, not just use me. And that's what I want. I just want people to be there, not just for me, but for each other. And I think that's really important. That's an important thing is to be there for each other. So anyway, that's kind of enough about that. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know. And Bertha, I am sorry if I cannot see your comments. Again, it is not your fault, nor is it my fault. It's YouTube. YouTube is just absolutely being weird lately. I don't know why, but it's just YouTube. I'm sorry. But if you do have any questions or comments, I will try to read it if I see you. But I do appreciate you being here, though. So let's open it up to questions or comments. Who's got one? Um, I will. Very, very soon, I will. I will actually be having a podcast hopefully soon for Conservative News Wave. It will be probably, hopefully, I'm not sure when, but sooner than later. I would love to do that again. Yes, I am a conservative pagan. It is very possible. But you also got to kind of remember the teachings of paganism and conservatism too. But yes, you can. I am. I'm conservative pagan. You are definitely able to be one. I mean, there's pagan liberals out there. There are pagan Democrats. There are pagan non-political party affiliated. They're out there. So you can be whatever you want to be, just not a different gender. Sorry. I mean, I guess you can if you really want to, but then that would just be plain make believe, and I don't really like to lie to people. But it is, and it's not very difficult. It probably a lot of people will question you about it, and they will ask, well, how does paganism and conservatism go hand to hand? Which is a very good question. Um, it's just how I do it is I don't try to put a lot of conservatism. I do put a lot of conservatism in my personal life, but when I'm online, I don't push out a lot of paganism. You're right. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You are right. That is correct. You are very much correct, Bertha, in that. You are right. It is Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. But that's the Christian belief. Christians believed in Adam and Eve, which I do believe that they existed. I just don't believe in the Bible, the Christian Bible. And like I said, it may be very difficult at first, but it is possible. You just got to remember, make your path. Go on the path you choose, but make sure you go on the right path, not on the wrong one. Otherwise, that would lead you down to nowhere, to negativity. And you don't want negativity in your life. You want to be positive. You want to uplift your life, not put yourself down. Right. And there's a motto: do what thou wilt be done, but hurt no one. Meaning you don't try to cause alleged harm to anyone. You try to be nice to people. You try to see the goodness in people and understand that people are inherently can be good if they just choose to. But you can't force it on everyone else. Like I don't force my belief on everyone. Right. See, Sissy believes knows that I'm pagan, and she knows that it's who I am. I've chosen to be that. Chose to do what I do. Do my parents know? Yeah. Do they like it? No, because again, I was raised Catholic Christian, so it's a little difficult, but it can pan out if you just have a lot of patience and believe in yourself. That's the big main goal is to be a Christian or not a Christian, but a whether you're a Christian, whether you're a pagan, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Muslim, if you want to be conservative, just be patient. Believe in what you believe in, stick to what you believe in, try to be nice to people, help people, do what you can for people, but don't do anything bad. That's all you got to do, really. Honestly, that's what you have to do. Any more questions while I pack a lip? And I will probably do a live stream another day, maybe tomorrow, talking about how I can do it and how my journey to Christian, from Christian to paganism. Yeah, don't force it on other people. But how I can be pagan conservative. I will talk a lot about that. I might do a live stream talking a little bit about that and how it works and what kind of goes and what doesn't really go, so that people understand more. If you are there, Bertha, still looking for information, I can give it to you. But yes, that's another thing. It doesn't. What should matter the most is you don't push things on people, just like you don't try to force people to love you that don't want to love you or that don't want to listen to you. You don't force them to do that shit. It's just mainly about respect, not just respecting oneself, but respecting others. It may be very difficult for some people, but for me, it's very easy because I've learned how to do it and a lot of meditation. But we'll get into that. Any more questions, Bertha, or anyone? Because if you guys got any other questions, let me know. Oh, I know, but try to do the best you can, sis. Do the best you can. But it's not hard to be really anything. Just like it kind of is hard to be a journalist, but once you get used to it and you do it a lot, it's like basically like anything. Riding a bike. You just fall down a couple of times, you get up, and then you do it again. You just got to take a few scratches and bumps. You'll be good. So I'm playing with my cigar lighter. You know, Bertha, that is a very good question. How do I adhere to alleged polytheistic, nature based ancestral religions such as Wiccan, heathen, while holding right leaning social, political, or economic views? That is a very good question that I can answer because, for one, I believe that just like Odin, All Father Odin, I can learn by wisdom, by being wise and teaching people what I know and what I believe in personally, to my opinion. You did a good job, sis. Thank you. And I believe that honestly, you can have that Wiccan heathen belief while being right wing, but at the same time, you also kind of have to remember that people aren't going to agree with it. They aren't always going to agree with you and who you are and what you believe in. But I believe in it because it's what is better for America as a human. In this world, I believe that those types of beliefs are kind of what will keep us humans safe, protected, and henceforth balance, bring balance to the world. So there's that. Then there's the other one where, because as a society, Thor, the god Thor, is about human. It's about human rights. And Thor is about protecting people. Conservatives are about protecting people. And that's what I'm about. So that kind of leans in a little bit to where I believe, protecting people, protecting the innocent, speaking up for people that can't speak for themselves, helping people, feeding the hungry, helping the homeless, helping our vets. Those are things that like the gods and goddesses would want us to do to protect the warriors. So it kind of goes into that too. Anything else? I mean, that was a really good question. That was a really good question. Honestly, I like that question. I've never been asked that. That was a good one. Thank you. Is there anything else that you want to ask Bertha or anyone that's in the chat? I think it just has to, a lot of it has to do with how you, yes, in Wiccan Pagan, there is LGBTQIA members, like Loki, who is a hermaphrodite. Yes, we understand that Loki can do things like that, which is kind of weird, but we understand that he is who he is. He is a god, not a human. So he has that ability to do those things. And that's just kind of it. You have to be understanding. When it comes to having right wing political ideology, but I wouldn't say I'm really 100% right wing. I'm more conservative. I'm more like conservative centralist, if you will. I believe that you know, everyone should have rights, but certain rights, like alleged abortion, is bad. That is not a good thing. I disagree with abortion. I don't care if people are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, as long as they don't force it into other people's faces, then I don't care. You are who you are. And that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't make a difference. What should matter is whether you're happy. Like, I'm happy with my new girlfriend or my new girl. right? I'm very happy with her. Now, I am straight, but there are people that I know that are bi, that are gay, that are part of that community, but I don't hate them. I don't see them less than me. I see them just as equal to me. So that's how I do it. And it's just how you're brought up too. Like I was brought up Catholic when I grew up as a kid. So conservative Catholic kind of always was something that I was believing in. But then I kind of walked away from the Catholics and I started kind of venturing into paganism. And I still believe in conservative beliefs. But it doesn't change who I am as a good person. It just changes that I believe in multiple gods and goddesses and deities, but I still believe what like the All Father Odin would want and what is right for us here. That's just what I see. But anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you for your questions. I will be doing another stream about answering this because, or a video, because this definitely does need a video. And again, I will put out a video for it to let people know. But I know people that are Muslim that are conservative. I believe that you can be atheist and be a conservative. It's just about who you are as a person. Where are you comfortable? Like, where are you in this time, in present moment? How do you feel? What do you lean towards? Just like Christians believe in God, just like again Muslims believe in Allah, or Jews believe in God Himself, not Jesus to be God. There's multiple different ways. So, all right, guys, I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Love y'all.